What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode. In this video, or I guess today, I met up with people 3 different times. So, crazily social day. Yeah, so let's just get into it. Woke up 4:45, got ready, left at 5. Got to the bus stop, got to the meeting point at around 5:40 again. My friend was there at, a bit later, but so we walked again to the same spot as last week, the hill, right, with the beautiful view. Just look at this very good view in the morning. Very good. And I was like, right, coffee again. He brought coffee, and then wow, just a good view. And then it was like, okay, I have this notebook here. I bought this a year ago. I bought 2 of these like a year ago, maybe even more. Basically, what I wrote in one was my goals at the time for trading, and in this one I wrote down book notes, or I started writing down book notes, but then later I got an iPad, was way better, because for the book that I think I stopped at Can't Hurt Me, because I wanted to write down every single challenge, but there was a lot of text, so I kinda switched to the iPad, right? And now I have the notes folder with the tons of books in it, right? Here all my books and all that, which is better because I always have it with me too. So that's what's up. Basically, I still have the first 2 books here, The Charisma Myth and Breath, The New Science of Lost Art. I got these 2, like notes of these 2 in there, and I was like, okay, I'm not using this for notes anyways, might as well just start on the news page and just write down ideas, because we wanted to brainstorm, because like I said, at least the 2 of us, if not the 3 of us, wanted to do like a project. So we were like, the 2 of us were like thinking, oh, what could we do, and then we, because he also really wants to do the social challenges, so we talked a bit about that, and that's kind of all we wrote down, honestly. Like, Impractical Jokers, or That Was Epic, like, maybe like that, but he wants to do it in German, obviously, because we live in Germany, it makes more sense, which is, I guess, fine by me, but will be better in English, honestly. But yeah, then we chilled a bit more, talked a bit more, just, we're vibing, and then I was like, okay, but I just gave him the open book like this with the notes, right? The Charisma Myth, the first one that I wrote down here. And I just told him, bro, just read it. Like, these are the notes of 2 books, which I know you most likely don't read. So, just read it. And then he just read it at first, silently, and then I was like, yeah, if you have questions, ask. And he asked something, or he just said something about it, read a bit more silently, and then he was like, wait, do you even remember these? I'm like, no. So he started reading them out loud, gave his thoughts to each of them, and asked if he understood it correctly, tried to say it in his own words, or gave an anecdote or whatever. If he didn't, I explained it with an example. If he did, then like, good job. And then I was like, oh wait, like, we did it for like the entire first page, like all these notes. And then I was like, wait, this is content. So I just put down my phone. I literally just grabbed something, put my phone down, and started recording. And what did we get out of it? 2 videos. One 22 minutes 28 seconds, the other one 54 minutes 13 seconds. We got more than 1 hour 15 of footage of us just talking about the notes of 2 pages of just these 2 pages of notes, right? Which is crazy, because yeah, we talked a bit more, and then we also went off topic, and we just placed it down. He's good. He's also natural, He doesn't feel. It didn't feel like he was acting any different than usual, in front of the camera. So not camera shy, which is good, because I was like, okay, let's just do it for now. And I mean, if he also wants to do the social challenges, obviously, he has to be, comfortable in front of the camera. So that's good. Yeah, and then so we basically talked a lot, as you can see, about these, like, at what, like, the first page he read them, then it kind of turned into, I read it and tried to explain it to him, and yeah, he also asked more questions. Then we also went off topic. I was like, oh, this is also an example of this, and he's like, oh yeah, regarding this, and then we went off topic, blah blah blah. But it was good. It was good. Like, I, it's not sure yet, but I thought of, like, roughly 10-minute videos, maybe, like, yeah, around 10-minute videos. We just, after 10 minutes, right? Because the videos are obviously very long. But let's say after 10 minutes, we find a good pause between our conversation, and then we cut the video and just add continue in the next episode. Because look at this. In the first part, we were just sitting like this, next to each other, just talking, right? He was laying down at first too. Here. I was gone. This is so crazy. I was moving the whole time, and then he was just laying there, sitting there. And then second part was us standing because we were tired of sitting, basically. Wait a second. Yeah, we were basically just standing there, right? And he was also like, okay, maybe we could move to the different side where there's no sun. And while we're explaining something, like visually, we could draw it out in the background. Smart idea, actually. But yeah, for now we just have the footage. Right, I wanted to do this put it on my PC because it does require a lot of space, right, on my phone. So that's what I'll do. But yeah, we stayed there till... Wait a minute, this makes no sense. This was 22 minutes long. And this was not half an hour long. Oh, I think we were there till 9 a.m. Then we started leaving. I got home at around 10 something. Went out with my dog. Then a friend told me, oh, he's gonna be late half an hour to 1 hour. I told the other friend, because the second group or the second people that I met were two, and we met up for studying. But yeah, then we basically went to grab something quick for food, or at least I did. Some Asian. My friend also grabbed some. He was like, yeah, might as well. And also bought a new charging cable. Bought a new charging cable. Yeah. Then we stayed at the library for like 1.5 hours because my friend, like, he only came at 12. The second one, oh my god, took his time. Yeah, I stayed for 1.5 hours. Then I met with the third person, or the third meetup of the day, basically. And we just walked around and talked for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Quite a nice talk, honestly. First of all, it was disturbing because as we were sitting in the park, we were talking about like rape cases. That was quite disturbing, and just pedophiles, quite disturbing too. And I was like, alright, now that we've talked enough about these disturbing topics, let's talk about something fun. Because that was just sad, depressing conversation. Yeah. I don't even remember most of that conversation, but whatever. And then I got home, went to buy some groceries, made food, ate. Then my mom came. We played a few card games. I just brushed my teeth and stuff. And now it's 8 p.m., 8:15. Now it's the end of the day because tomorrow morning I'll be going to the same spot again as this morning, but with different people. The one from today isn't coming, so tomorrow no coffee. And another one is coming. And then there's this one guy out of the two that studied with me earlier today who was like, oh damn, this sounds nice. Can I also come? So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll ask them. And I was like, oh, we can give him a chance. Like, I don't know how, because, the three of us are kind of at least somewhat similar minded, right? I don't know how he's in that area, like, I don't know if he reads those types of books or just any books at all. I don't know if he's into content creation. I kind of doubt it, but that's why I said, let's give him a chance. If he vibes with it, if he doesn't mind us recording and talking, then he can be there, right? But if he isn't on that vibe, if he is against it and doesn't really, want to talk about these things, then it is what it is. We'll just tell him, yo, bro, the vibe wasn't there. Like, different interests kind of thing, We can do other stuff together. Simple as that. Because he's also into martial arts, right? We can do that, maybe. Because he was also like, oh yeah, we could, like, if form a small group and, do like mock fights or just little light sparring, right? Just little boxing. Even though most of us do a lot of like using our whole body, not just our hands, also our feet. And then me and my friend also use more than just our feet, but like, to keep it simple, maybe just the hands. Maybe then we'll see our skill levels with the hands and maybe add also some feet, like some footwork in it. And yeah, we'll just see. Because that would be quite nice actually, because next week, okay, so first of all, in 2 days is my last sports exam. Then I have like practical sports exam. Then next week on Tuesday, I have the oral sports exam, which is what we studied for today. And then I will be free for 4 months until my uni starts. I still need to look for a partner. Didn't do that yesterday, didn't do it today because busy guy. Will most likely do it tomorrow. Depends on how long it will go tomorrow. Probably not much longer than today. If that's the case, then I'll come home, read, meditate. Because I've been also slacking on meditation, honestly, because it's kind of tough to get back into it. And yeah, and then I'll be free, and then I'll look into the uni stuff. I also got a huge lecture here from my uni or college or whatever. Yeah, basically, as you can see, huge papers. It's like the stuff required forever. I don't even know. I'll look at it tomorrow, not today. And yeah, so tomorrow I'll be doing the same thing with one friend, or if the other comes, then 2 friends, where I'll be reading these notes out to them. They will voice out their thoughts and we'll talk about it in front of the camera, and just, once everyone decides they're ready to post that content, then we'll do it. The thing is, it's in German because they speak in German. My notes are in English though, so obviously a lot of English words will fall, especially when I'm reading it out loud, but most of the conversation is in German. Yeah, but that was quite nice today actually. Like, that sounds like a solid plan. And then we can also continue brainstorming about things to do, right? Yeah. That's kind of all for today, right? So pretty late now. I will read. I will start reading The Alchemist again, like reread it, and then I will pray and go to sleep ASAP, because tomorrow is gonna be, gonna wake up early again, right? Need to sleep. So we'll see you in the next one.